Hey, YouTube. Taking it down a couple notches since last night. I cannot sleep. I didn't sleep well, so I am mellow this evening. A little different vibe going on. Spilling the tea with astrology and witchy wisdom. Tonight is Witchy Wisdom Wednesday, so I feel like I'm going to put out this is kind of a warning. Disclaimer, it's a warning, definitely. Just going to talk about some of, the top 10 ways to fuck up a love spell. Things not to do during a love spell. Why not to do them. Maybe some stories about people who've done some dumb fucked up shit. And I'm not going to name myself in all of them, but there's something. I fucked up. That's how I learned. That's how we all learn. That's how we get here. I just don't want you to go through what I went through or what this one went through or that one went through. I've seen horrible things happen. And I love that Christians think manifesting a specific person is not a love spell, because it is, 100%. When you are looking at these YouTube videos that are saying how to manifest your specific person, right up front, that's black magic. It's black magic. It's Christians trying to somehow whitewash black magic. You cannot control anyone's free will. So while you may do a love spell, here's the thing you need to know. You cannot do a love spell on a specific person. If you are married or in a relationship and have the permission of your spouse or your partner to do magic, maybe to spice up or to give some harmony and peace to times when you're arguing in troubled waters, things like that, you definitely need the consent of your spouse or your person that you are performing the magic on. Basically, magic is meant to be used on yourself, and the biggest fuck up every baby witch makes, no matter how old you are, the first thing they think of when they're like, there's such thing as magic, I don't want to make this person love me. That is usually the number one reason people get into magic. They're going to force, whatever it takes, the universe to force a specific person, like Christians are going to call it manifesting a specific person, to love you. You cannot do that. You may not control other people's free will. I'm probably sounding just dead serious as fuck, but I am, because I want to give you some examples of how things have gone wrong when, in some love spells that I've seen in my 40 some odd years of life. And it's dastardly. And now it's crazy because more and more people are becoming witches. And what that means to them is they walk into a witch shop or they Google a spell and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's no education. I want to say that I am grateful to the Church of Eternal Light in Bristol. If it has not given me anything, Marie Langer, who was the original founder of the church, going from Christian spiritualist to Wiccan in the year 2000, I think we were the fourth building. Some people like to say we were the first church in America with a building, but we weren't. We were like the fourth, I think. But nonetheless, it's still pretty awesome and wild. We had a church in 2000, and I named Marie Langer because she is the one thing she did give to me, that I will take with me everywhere and spread to everywhere I can, is the code of ethics on what not to do, why not to do certain stuff. What is going to go against the grains of the laws of the universe, and people honestly need to be educated on what is black magic. People don't know. They don't understand that asking God or asking God, Goddess, whatever you work with, asking any deity to make someone love you, you are asking them to change that person's free will. The minute you interfere with someone's free will, you are now entering black magic land. So for all you Christians out there who are manifesting a specific person and think you're a good Christian, you're practicing black magic. You are trying to control the universe, the powers of the universe, just like a witch would do it, but she may do it differently with candles, let's say. It may be done differently, but it's black magic. 100%. And to anybody out there, there are so many gurus on the topic of manifesting a specific person. It is so popular. Love spells are the reason people get into magic. So all people want to do is make this person love them. And that's how it all starts. And that's the snowball of rolling down the hill, getting bigger and bigger and bigger of evil. Of evil. Of evil. You cannot control other people. I mean, think about it. Once you've controlled somebody else's free will, you're playing God or Satan. You're playing something, but you're definitely not an angel, and you're definitely crossing the line of all laws of the universe. So I want you to know, and so is my cat, here she comes, that you may not force anyone to love you. You may not control anyone's free will to do anything. You may only choose to control yourself through magic. I'm going to give a funny example just because it's getting serious around here, because I'm dead serious. A funny example is I have some friends and they're a couple, and she does not like to do a certain thing in the bedroom, and she said something about doing a spell to control her, to force her to do this certain thing in the bedroom. I'm like, you can't control somebody. No, just no. If she won't do this, that this particular act in the bedroom is not okay with her and never will be, you cannot do a spell to control her, to force her to do something against her free will. That's black magic. And then the person said, it was a guy, he's funny. He said, well, what if she does a spell on herself to get over whatever hang-ups and things she's got about doing a specific thing in the bedroom? And it's nothing all that kinky, it really isn't, but I'm making it sound a lot crazier than it seems, but I'm trying not to get totally thrown off YouTube. But you can't control her to force her to do your bidding in the bedroom. She's not a robot. She's a human being. You can't control her. You're not God. You can't do that. The problem is you can do that. You 100% can, but the karma and the repercussions that will come back to you from forcing another person to do something against their free will is fucking out of this world. So yes, and now he flipped it around and he said, if she did a spell on herself to get over the hang-ups that are stopping her and prohibiting her from doing this sexual thing in the bedroom, is that black magic? No. That's the very definition of how to switch the roles around, where you do the magic on yourself to do whatever it takes to change you to get your desired outcomes. If you've done everything you can within yourself to attract the attention of a specific person, and the specific person is still not interested, you gotta let that person go. They aren't meant to be. They have free will. The timing may not be right. Maybe you are meant to be together, but just not now. You've got to let them live their lives the way they see fit. You do not belong controlling them. And you just go about your day and do whatever you must to cope with losing them. You could do spells on yourself for heartbreak and heart loss. The spells that you do are to all magic is to be done on yourself, not on other people. I didn't sing the song today, so it is kind of funny. I'm definitely feeling pooped out. I didn't get any sleep last night, like I was saying, so I'm like mellow as fuck right now. But so I'm sorry if I'm not as hilarious as usual. Wow, I really got right into it. I didn't take a lighter out here or nothing for my Palo Santo. That sucks because this is a great time. Looking at the altar. Hold on a second for a lighter. Well, that sucks. My bright energy must banish all negativity. Okay. I have a wand. Oh, all right. So, knowing that you cannot manifest a specific person without repercussions and karma, I'll tell you a quick story. I have a family member. I can't even say what type of family member because I don't want to incriminate said person and whatnot. I could have to really I don't want to incriminate this person. She was really young, and we were really young, and she had a boyfriend who I think he cheated on her, and he just wasn't faithful. And I think sometimes when a guy does cheat on a girl, or even the other way around. I mean, I only know from the girl's point of view, kind of, I guess. It makes you want them more. The more they reject you, the more you chase them. The more they run, the more you chase. You know, and they say that's a runner-chaser dynamic in the twin flame relationship, and it's a dynamic in every single relationship in life. The laws of the universe state: if I chase you, you will run. If you will chase me, I will run. So, you know, it's not necessarily some big divine sign that it's your twin flame because they're running. Okay, it's not. You know, let them go, let them run. So the guy finally broke up with her, and she was feeling like, I'm not good enough. She's young. I'm back to being she's young. Young being we were 19. And I wasn't even Wiccan at the time. I was still Catholic, so I was like definitely shooken up about it because I had zero experience with spells, let alone like what she did. So I'm gonna like slip her name out by accident. I hope I don't. So she does this spell, I can't say his name either, make my ex-boyfriend come back to me, right? So controlling someone's free will, taking the ex-boyfriend who didn't want to be with her, who is seeing other people and stepping out on her the whole time. So he wasn't in love with her. There wasn't the soulmate connection, wasn't there. They were young. When you're young, guys are definitely a little different. We're all different before we have kids. We're all kind of fooling around and, you know, friends with benefits and casual sex and, you know, so, and the relationships that you don't take, people were, they weren't always being taken seriously. She wasn't being taken seriously, and I know so many of you who are in the situation who are like, I want my ex back, and are out there either manifesting your ex back or are doing spells to get your ex back. Black magic, black magic, black magic, black magic people. So she does the spell to get the ex-boyfriend back, and he came back, but it was like Pet Cemetery. He wasn't the same person she knew. The person that came back to her was completely very strange and different, and I can't even see the difference in this person. I knew the person before she did the spell, and I knew the person after she did the spell. And the change in him was really like Pet Cemetery. It was freaky. So now he comes back, and the version of him that comes back, she doesn't want. She's just kidding. I don't want my ex-boyfriend back. Well, you know, play with fire, dumbass, is what you got, you know? So she knew what she did wrong, too, and she still does. But let me just say, everyone thinks is there an antidote for all of this black magic? You can't take it back. You can't. This guy still, to this day, 30 years later, right? Are we ish. Yeah, no shit, I'm not old. 30 years later-ish to this day, still tracks her down and hunts her down through friends of friends on Facebook. He has her mother still talking to him and giving him information on her life. Like he has not, he became single-handedly obsessed with her, completely and utterly, and it was crazy. And did the spell work? Yes. So can you make it work? Yes. Can you control the outcome? No. Can you control your own karma? No. She's been hiding from him. She's got him blocked on everything she can, and she's hiding from him because he has been trying to get back together with her for 30 years. I've been here watching this 30 years. Well, we haven't, I can't talk too much, but yeah. So it's so hard not to give away the identity of the people because that stuff goes on my Facebook too. My Facebook people watch this, and so the person who did the spell work, the black magic, the spell work, might watch this and know who she is, but it's too late now for her because there's no undoing it. I mean, do people watch 2 Tons of Scooby-Doo where the witch undoes the curse? It doesn't work like that. Once you've done something fuck the fuck up, it's sitting in stone and it's written out into the universe, and that person, so she didn't fuck up her own life technically because she's able to block him on everything. He ended up moving to Florida. I mean, he still is in contact with her mother and gets information out of her mother and, you know, other friends around her and stuff because he's still, to this day, poor guy, still obsessed with her 30 years later. She destroyed his whole fucking life. He never loved anyone after that again. He couldn't fall in love. She prohibited him from falling in love with anyone else, and so she destroyed this guy's life. She fucked up his fucking life, dude. Okay? So I'm gonna cry because it's horrible. This is what happens when you force people to fucking be with you. You can't force people to be with you. Yeah, so, but, I mean, she had to run around and hide from him for quite a few years and get away from his clutches so he wouldn't find her. So she did fuck up her own life for a couple of years. But what really hurts me is she fucked his life up for 30 years. He never loved his wife the way, you know, if he ever had a wife, I know he had a long-term girlfriend, and, you know, he still was, oh my God, I'm gonna say her name. What's she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? He was so obsessed with her, and he still is, that he can't even live a normal, calm, healthy life. This entire saga will, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, because I think we're going to live a long time, I really do. You know, when we pass away, he will come through in the next lifetime, and she's going to have to somehow fucking make right for that wrong. That's her back. She's going to take that karma with her to the grave and beyond. In her next lifetime, she owes him her soul, dude. She sold her fucking soul. She did, you know, she's so screwed, you know. He was, I mean, or you could think of it as I didn't set my timer, shit. Or you can think of it as he got his karma from something he did to her in the past. I don't know. So maybe that's true. But nonetheless, I've watched this guy suffer for 30 years. Okay? So I definitely want to put that out there. So about love spells. So that's the one story. I'll try to keep it short because I don't have my timer on. Also, with love spells, what you can do is ask the universe to attract your soulmate to you. And you have many soulmates. And what happens in the proper love spell is you attract a lover, attract a soulmate, attract a relationship. 5, 6 guys will show up at your door, and they're all a viable match. They're all and it's the hardest thing to do, to choose from all of the people, because they're all good matches. So what the traditional correct love spell does is attract a soulmate to you, which attracts you options of people that you could, you know, your energy jives with, that you know, that is your soulmate, that is correct, and then you choose from the people that show up and kind of out of the woodwork and appear. If you were to do a spell tonight, let's say, Venus is, you're going to do 2 planets, going back to astrology, your 2 planets you want to pay attention to are 3. Your sun sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign. So you want to pay attention to what Venus is in Capricorn right now. So if your sun or moon or Venus is in Capricorn, it's going to be extra potent. But, just for the record, Venus went in retrograde December 19th until January 29th. So, what does a planet do when it's in retrograde? Because Mercury I can't speak, motherfucker. Mercury retrograde is coming up pretty soon also. And what happens during retrograde, you will hear every astrologist, tarot card artist, any spiritual person say, it's the running of the X's. Retrograde means a planet moves backwards in its trajectory. I don't know exactly what it means. I just know that it moves backwards in its orbit. It's more of an astronomy thing to understand that completely. But with Venus, your love planet, you know, one of your big love planets, you know, your emotions, your love, being in retrograde, it means it's bringing back past lovers for sure. So you do a spell tonight to attract a soulmate to you. You may attract some, very well, quite a few people that you've, you know, known or been with in the past that are, you know, you may not have, you could bring back exes, people that, you know, you were into them, they were into you, but you both had somebody, so you just kind of let it go at the time. You know, people from the past come crawling back in through like the woodwork, and they're kind of there in your face. If you have a background of, you know, having some people that you would like to see come back from the past, it's the perfect time to do a spell. If you are that person who, once you've dated somebody or once you've let it go, you're like, No, it came, it went, its time has passed. I want something fresh. I want something new. I don't want something from my past. Don't do a love spell to attract a soulmate during Venus retrograde, especially. So hold your love spells till January 29th. We used to have charts and things to look it up, like where is Venus, where is your moon, is your planets, your sun, moon, and Venus, where are they? And obviously right now, I mean, like, you know, the sun's in Capricorn. I think that's obvious. If not, you know, hey Google, what sign is the sun in right now? You know, even in astrology, and it'll tell you what sign is the moon in, and you have to say at the exact time you're starting your spell, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that you know exactly, because things change. You want to know what sign is Venus in, what sign is the moon in, what sign is the sun in, and try to align that with your Venus, your moon, and your sun sign for more potent outcome. Now, the Venus being in Capricorn right now, Capricorn's like the work environment. It's the work planet of like actual, literally hard work planet. Like, you know, your 60-hour-a-week job.
Please try again.
My Google enough. All right, but I do gotta hurry this up. But anyway, it is in Capricorn. So Capricorn being worky, high cap. You're going to most likely attract someone you used to work with. Retrograde and Capricorn. You know, Capricorn work, retrograde past. Somebody you used to work with. And you may not even know that person had a crush on you. So it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. Feel experimental. Do as you will. You know, the magic that in that case is definitely not something that's going to destroy the universe and your life and everybody else's life. You know, as long as you're attracting a soulmate, you're not doing anything to it. You're being careful to avoid attracting a specific person or putting out there any energy that controls a specific person. So also the moon, I think, is in Aquarius right now. I checked it this morning, but I don't want to say it out loud because the phone will answer me, but maybe I do, right? Moon is in Aquarius, so that's kind of a friendship sign. Very friendly. It's not very emotional, relationship-y. So you might attract a friends with benefits situation that you have to be careful of when these lovers start coming in towards you. You're like, whoa, all your options start coming in. Some of them may be looking for friends with benefits. The moon's in Aquarius. The sign of love and emotion is not in a solid sign. It's in the air sign of Aquarius, which is, you know, more humanitarian, more friendly. It's not very sexual. I mean, obviously, there's other planets out there, if you're an Aquarius, that are making you sexual, because I know an Aquarius that is really hot. He knows who he is. I hope he watches this. But also, said Aquarian is from my past, and only ever wanted friends with benefits. And it's kind of, maybe it's an Aquarius thing, I don't know. But you're going to do some type of, you know, spell to attract a soulmate with the moon in Aquarius. You very well may attract a friends with benefits situation. I recommend always, and the last piece of advice on love spells or spells in general for Witchy Wisdom Wednesday, I'm going to let you know that be careful of following books. Anybody else's spell, they've already done. To duplicate someone else's spell is literally plagiarism to the universe. You have to at least change one thing, the color of a candle, a couple of words and what you have to say. You know, change up one or two things in that spell you found in a book that you think is so great. Don't follow it exactly. You cannot duplicate someone else's magic. Change at least one thing about it to make it different so that it is your own. Also, right before I go, I ring us out with a singing bowl. The song that I sing, Spilling a Tea with Astrology, is an AC/DC tune for you youngins, and it's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Do not have your dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Never give anyone information or power to do a love spell for you, because you're both going to suffer, and it's going to be even crazier because now you involve the third person to do the love spell. There's so many people out there who are, they're going to suffer such horrible karma. My God, I can't imagine. They're advertising, buy my love spells. I will do love spells for you for outrageous amounts of money. And will they work? Yes, but oh my God, at what cost? Never always do your own spell work or manifesting. If you don't believe in Wicca spell work, do manifesting, but be careful that the work you're doing, the things you're trying to manifest, are from within yourself. You're not trying to manifest and do spell work on someone else for the 800th or millionth time. Okay, so I've got that out there, and I've got my warnings, and I got a little story in time, so that's good. I'm still running. It looks like I'm still recording. All right, I'm going to ring us out with the singing bowl. And this will be the last video, the only video tonight. So, all right. Thanks for chilling with me. It's been cool. All right.